Hello everyone and welcome to a new Coach Jeff Academy Lab Guide. I'm Corentin Guinez, driver for Sim Racing. Today we are on Long Beach for the week 8 of the Falcon Task Sports Car Challenge. As you can see, we are using the Porsche 709 GT4. As usual, first I show you the hot lap and then we are going to go into the details about this combo. So yep, let's get started. Alright everyone, so here we go for the lap on Long Beach. So just right now we're crossing the start finish line, and then as you can see I'm trying to stay all the way to the right. I'm just trying to um, get as close as I can from the wall, because of course if you are going a bit wider you're going to run more distance, which means at the end you are going to uh, like lose a bit of time. It's not massive, but yeah, I just not on purpose drove a bit wide at some point during my setup session, and I ended up losing 200s I believe. So it's not massive, but yeah, it's still some time you can easily gain back if you are running the right line. So yeah. Then we are going to go into the first braking zone of the track. So basically, track temp is quite high on that session, so you can carry a lot of understeer if you are running too fast on the entry. I think I'm braking. Well, usually I'm just looking at this. Like you see this white line between the red one and the double blue line on the right. So this is what I'm looking at. And then when I see that, you see the line goes, I mean, it goes to the left and then it goes back almost straight, just at that point, just right there. Well, this is what I'm looking at to have a proper reference when I'm braking. And then usually I'm doing this one on, I'm really doing this one just by instinct, the T1. I never really look at the boards on the fence on the right side, because yeah, to me it's maybe a bit too far away from my eyes, even if I could look to the left. But yeah, as you can see, I mean, maybe the latest board you're going to use is the 400, and to me the 400 looks very far away from the braking. So that's why I'm not really focusing on the board, even if I guess when you start braking, then once you are on the brakes, then you can just look at the corner. But I've never really done it like that, so for me it's maybe a wrong way to do it. But yeah, I've never really looked at the boards. But if you are looking at the board, I think this time I'm braking at the 500. So here is the 500, both sides. And then if you are just getting by the 500, maybe if I go a bit like this, maybe, yeah, maybe if you look at the white line, which is almost near the 500, maybe 5 meters away from the 500, I just got by the white line, and then just around the 500, I'm starting to brake. I think on normal conditions where with a cooler track temp. I think you can brake just between the 500 and the 400, maybe 450, 475. But yeah, like I said before, odd track temp. So if you are carrying too much speed on the entry, then you are going to carry a lot of understeer, and then you will just you won't get the exit speed. So yeah, just about the 500, as you can see, going deep on the wait, just like this, it's better. Deep on the brakes, as you can see, not fully on the brakes because I wanna avoid the ABS, but yeah, deep on the brakes, and then once I'm getting into the corner, just releasing the brake. I think I've been missing a bit of braking, so that's why I went back slightly on the brakes. But then yeah, once I'm facing the exit, going on throttle. So from the car, as you can see, braking around the 500, really go down the gears. I think I'm dropping to second for this one. There is a chance I'm dropping to second, or maybe I stay with third actually. We will check that on Delta, I guess. Uh, Yes, I'm dropping to second, so we cannot see with the steering. But yeah, I'm just dropping to second just before actually going back on throttle, so we cannot see it with the steering. But I guess it's just about. Oh wait, no, we don't see the. Yeah, with the blip. Just right now, with the auto blip, I'm putting second just right now. So as you can see, I'm just near the not the apex of the corner, but almost inside the corner. So just before really going over the curb, just really starting the midway of the corner. Just putting second because then slightly after that, I'm going to go with second. And I think with second, I can get more power out of the corner. And also, I think with second, you should be able to get a bit more thanks to the power rotation as well. So yeah, I think that's why I dropped to second. And also, if you need a bit more um, engine brake as well, I think dropping to second is useful as well. So yeah, because as you can see, when I'm dropping to second, I'm still keeping the brakes for maybe 1 second or half a second or something. So yeah, I think I'm using a bit of engine brake with second, and also this helps me to have better power on the exit. Then as you can see, I'm not really going too much over the curb. I want to avoid the car to go in the air because of the curb, so I'm just using the first half of the curb where the curb is flat actually. And then as you can see, gonna go on power. I've made a slight mistake. I've touched the wall a tiny bit. Well, it looks quite bad just like that, but in the car it was feeling quite okay actually. I think I just went slightly too heavy on power on the exit. So yeah, I think I should have went a bit um, easier on the throttle on the exit. So yeah, it's good to show you as well the few mistakes you have to avoid, and this is one of them. So yeah, I think you can go a bit easier on throttle on the exit, especially in the first part of the throttle process. And as you can see, I lifted a bit as well on the exit. So yeah, I think I found that I was going a bit too fast on the exit. I think the good thing is that I lifted a bit. Otherwise, it could have been a worse, bigger contact on the exit. But yeah, at the end of the day, I don't think I've lost that much time. It felt quite okay inside the car, if we are saying that from the car. So yeah, I guess just need to be a bit more patient. But you can see inside the car, it doesn't feel like a big contact at all. So yeah. Um, then once we are getting by this first corner, we are going into the roundabout. So basically just braking near the first white line. You have two white lines when you are entering the roundabout. I think I'm braking maybe between 5 and 10 meters away from the first line. So this is my reference. So it's not a massive braking, even if you need to brake quite a lot because you need to slow down the car quite quite a bit because you are arriving with a lot of speed. You arrive, of course, with a good amount of speed. You've carried through the exit of T1, and then you have to brake quite a lot. Of course, the roundabout is quite tight, so yeah, and you need to make sure you're not carrying too much speed entering the exit. Otherwise, then it compromise quite a lot the, um, the exit. So yeah. So as you can see, just before the white line, just maybe 5 or 10 meters, going on the brake, I will drop to second, going tight with the first wall on the left. not too tight, of course, because there is no need to take too much risk as well to damage the car. Then, as you can see, just trying to brake as much as I can, and then once I'm about to get over the curb on the inside, the edge of the roundabout, you can take it or not. Actually, I don't think it makes a massive difference. The only thing is that if you do it, of course, it helps you a bit. You don't need to. You can open the steering a bit earlier, but the um, the downside of doing that is that you need to be a bit more careful with the throttle, because of course the car is going to um, be a bit less stable compared to if you were just going around this curb. I'm not talking about this one, but this this one actually. So yeah, if you just go around, the car is not going to move. It's going to remain stable, even if it remains stable when I'm going on this curb. But yeah, you have to care a bit less about throttle. But yeah, as you can see, the car doesn't move too much, so it's quite okay. It's really at that point when the car gets back on the track that you have to be careful to not go too early on throttle to avoid the wheel spin with the right rear right going for in the air for a small amount of time. So yeah. Then as you can see, just steering back to the left, really close from the wall. So yeah, that's what you want. Like I said, just going on throttle just before going on the curb, and then yeah, you are just keep steering to the right, and then opening the steering when you see that you are facing the exit, just like that, steering to the left, and then put the car to the left, just braking a tiny bit before the ads on the wall on the left. So yeah, I'm using this as a reference. It's a good way, I guess, if there is any shadow on the track and you are looking something at the track. Sometimes it's not so easy. You know that the ads will be always there, no matter if it's sunny or if it's rainy, or if it's in the dark as well. I guess you can see it with the headlights. So yeah. So just looking at the ads on the left, and yeah, maybe 5 meters something or something before the ads, I'm just going on the brake. I will stay with third, I believe. Most of the time I was going with second, but I think I'm staying with third. As you can imagine as well, I'm going with third into the second. I'm going with second into the roundabout. And wait, no, I'm jumping to second actually. It's a very late downshift, so it's pretty much as late as T1. I'm really going with second just before actually entering the corner. So just before going on throttle, I'm just going with second. So yeah, it's just right there. You can see the small amount of throttle. So yeah, just before basically going on throttle, going up to seconds, going down to second, sorry, gives me more power on the exit. So yeah, I think I can stay with third, but the only thing is that I don't really like it sometimes if you are not carrying that much speed. So yeah, I always prefer if the speed is not massive on the exit. Like for example, I think the only place I like staying with higher gear is the GP chicane around no, it's not the GP chicane actually. It's the fast chicane of the Nürburgring. When, if for example, if you are doing VLN and stuff like that, I always like to stay one gear higher because you carry a lot of speed. But when you are exiting like tight corners or corners where you don't carry a lot of speed, like a massive amount of speed, I always prefer to go down to second. So yeah. Then as you can see, same as T1, I'm not trying to get too much curb on the inside. I'm just trying to stay on the flat part of the curb. And then yeah, just before getting into the corner, going on power, trying to make sure I'm not going too heavy on power too early. But just like that, it was all perfect when the steering is more open, full power. Then trying to keep a margin with the wall, and then I'm just going to look for the next one at the road sign on the track. So this is pretty much my reference as a braking reference. So maybe 5-10 meters away from the road sign, I'm just going to go on the brake, and then you see the ads on the left. As soon as I'm getting close to them, I'm just turning to the right, and as you will see, dropping to second. And the main target for this one is to, for me, keep the left wheels on the curb. This means that the right wheel is going to stay off the curb this is pretty good because then if you clip the curb, the edge of the curb with your right wheels, the curb is going to bounce, and yeah, it's going to get quite unstable. So just like that, it's perfect. But yeah, do not cut too much, of course, because then you will get a slowdown. So yeah, most of the time, just trying to, as soon as I have my left wheels on the curb, I'm happy with that, because this means I should have a good cornering speed and stuff like that, and the car is going to stay quite stable. So yeah, as you can see, it's not a big braking going into this corner. It's just a small amount of braking. It's pretty much like the corner before. It's not corners where you're going to put a massive amount of braking. You are not arriving with a crazy amount of speed. You are just about 130 or one, yeah, just 120, 130. So yeah, it's not with a massive amount of speed you are going in. So yeah, and of course it's less tight compared to the roundabout. So yeah. Then once we are done with this corner, as you can see, going on power just before going on the curb. Then same, trying to open the steering, and then once the steering is open and I'm facing the exit, going full power. Next corner, it's a left-hander, so just going to use a 200 as a braking reference. I think I'm using slightly before that. It's like I said before, the lap guide, early in the lap. Just braking a bit earlier than what I would do usually, but yeah, the track times makes the overall bit and the series. So yeah, I just prefer to go a bit easier on the entry, but without compromising at least the exit. That's the most important. I think in the first practice sessions you are going to do, I think take it a bit more easy on the entry. Um, that's the main target, because you will quickly find out that if you are going too fast, you are going to have lot of understeer and struggle on the exit. But yeah, main target is to really have good exits. That's the main thing. That's always the thing anyway, and no matter which car you are using. But yeah, I guess if you are feeling that you are going a bit too slow, at least on the entry, at least you will be able to get a bit faster. But yeah, if you are straight away going too fast on the entry, you are going to struggle. And yeah, ideally just go slower on the entry, but then get a good exit. And if you feel that you can push a bit more on the entry without compromising the exit, then I think it's the best way to do it and to learn early on that week. So yeah. So then, as we will see, braking maybe 5 meters before or 10 meters before the 200. So yeah, this is my reference. This is what I'm looking at. And then once I'm on the brakes, waiting the 100. So as you can see, steering straight, getting near the 100, turning to the left. It's very important to turn early to the left, not get scared of the inside wall, because yeah, as you can see, when it looks like that, it's a bit scary. But yeah, you have to turn in early, because then if you are turning too late, you will get a lot of understeer. And I think that the shape of the road makes it very understeer if you are off the line. So yeah, it feels like maybe a bit of camber at times. So yeah, you have to not get scared of this wall on the left. Turn in early. Of course, if you are not carrying enough speed on the entry, the problem is that if you are turning the same point I'm turning, it might be too tight actually, and you can hit the wall. But yeah, if you are braking not too early, but late enough, then you should be all fine. Then, as you can see, releasing the brake from the 100, and then once I'm on the apex, going on throttle with second gear, and then as you can see, main target is to wait. You can see there is bumps out of the corner, so you really have to wait. As you can see, bumps again, and then the car gets stable. The main target is to make sure you are waiting the two bumps after you are going. Maybe it's better even in that camera. You can see the first bump and then another bump. And after those two bumps, you can go almost full throttle, but not before, because as you can imagine, if you are hitting the two bumps and you are full throttle, you will get some oversteer and stuff. So yeah, you have to wait to get past those two bumps before going full throttle. So yeah, as you can see, steering is open. I will move to the left, look at the 200 board. Same, we'll brake a tiny bit earlier, tiny bit before, so just about 5 meters once again. So yeah, it's same as the corner before. So 200 board, near to the wall on the left, and I think I'm dropping to second once again for yeah, dropping to second. So yeah, no question about it. And yeah, turning in just in the middle of the two. Basically, same. Do not turn too late because then you will feel off the line and you will compromise the exit. So yeah, I think once you are in the just between the 100 and the 200, then you can turn in, dropping to second, and then as you can see, trying to make sure you are close enough to the wall. So then once you are next to the wall on the right, on the edge, then you can open the steering, and then you can focus on the speed on the exit, go on throttle almost flat, almost just after getting by the apex, and then yeah, that's quite okay. That's quite simple, I would say. It's just about finding the right moment to turn in and stuff. But yeah, same. I guess you will find out during the practice. As soon as you have the right reference, and you are good on speed, you are not too slow, not too fast, then you should be all good. So yeah, as you can see, turning in, releasing the brake when I'm just before actually going near the apex, going on throttle, and then as you can see, opening the steering, full throttle up to third, and then we are into the another straight, so it gives you a bit of rest before entering the last sector, which is quite eventful, I would say. Many things to deal with, especially with the curbs. So yeah. So next corner is a right-hander, so you just stay on the left. I will brake quite early for this one, brake around the 400. So as soon as I'm going by the 400, going on the brake, usually I would brake a bit early, a bit later than that. But yeah, like I said, low grip, so better braking earlier to not compromise the exit. So on the brake, just around the 400. As you can see, it's quite a deep braking point. Not you have to like kill a lot of speed actually entering into this right-hander because you wanna make sure you can cut quite a lot. Maybe we'll see that a bit better. So yeah, if you are going with too much speed, you will have the issue I told you for this corner actually. So this one. Basically, the approach is the same. You are just trying to avoid the curb with the right wheels. So yeah, I'm doing the same into this corner. As you can see, I'm doing exactly the same. Just try to avoid the curb with the right wheels to not compromise the stability of the car. So yeah, this is the exact same approach. So yeah, this is why into this one it's very important to not arrive with too much speed. So that's why I'm braking a bit earlier. Because yeah, if I arrive with too much speed, then I will surely get the curb with my right wheels, and then yeah, I will compromise not only the exit, but I will compromise almost all the sectors. So yeah. Then once I'm near the 200, turning to the right, still on the brakes, still on the brakes, still on the brakes, and then once I'm on the curb and I know that the car is in the right position, then I can go back on throttle. I'm being quite gentle on throttle. I'm just waiting the car to be almost fully straight and almost fully on the ground, not having a wheel being in the air or something with the curbs and stuff. Need to be a bit patient. But yeah, as you can see, I'm just going to go on full throttle for like 2 or 3 seconds because just after that you have the left-hander. So as you can see, going on throttle, trying to get over the curb, just going through the curb. I'm not just trying to go around the curb. I'm really going over the curb, just cutting the curb just a bit before it actually ends. So yeah, it's a good way as well to shorten the distance. And yeah, I wanna make sure I'm all the way on the inside because then it makes my life easier to get back on this curb. So yeah, as you can imagine, if I'm a lot wider, I'm going to either slow down or put more steering angle. With the Porsche, it's going to be most likely to slow down because if I'm putting more steering angle, I would just get more and more on the steer. So yeah, the thing is to slow down and then you can get on the curb. But yeah, if you do it like that, it makes your life easier because you tighten the racing line and then it makes your life easier to get on the curb. So yeah, so this is how it looks from inside the car, full throttle, and then just before going under the bridge, releasing the throttle, going on the brake, slightly on the brake to make sure you are on the line, and then I'm just playing on throttle to rotate the car as well. This is what I'm using to rotate the car. And yeah, then just going on the curb when the car is almost straight, out of the almost straight. So as you can see, first part, I'm on throttle, and then when I arrive in that part, the car is getting straight. I'm going on the brake. I try to go as wide as I can on the entry, so then I can turn fully the car, and then early on throttle, trying to get the rotation on the curb, and then opening the steering really early, and yeah. So from the car, this is how it's going to look. On throttle, waiting the car to be straight, releasing the throttle, going on the brake, trying to get quite wide. So as you can see, I'm in a good position. Like I'm in the very left of the tire marks you can see on the track. So this is pretty good actually. And then once I'm turning in, I'm just turn fully like the steering lock basically. And then as you can see, not even before seeing the facing the exit, I'm already going on throttle to get the rotation. And yeah, I'm going to be quite aggressive on the second part of this corner to really find the rotation, but not too aggressive, of course, because I want to avoid the any sort of wheel spin and stuff. So yeah, just like that, it worked perfectly. Carries on the curb, so it helps a tiny bit to rotate. And then as you can see, once I'm facing the exit, then I quickly open the steering up to second. Need to be really quick on the way up to second, because then you are going to lose time if you stay in the revs of the first. And then yeah, once you are done with this last corner, which is quite difficult, you are done with the lap around Long Beach. Alright guys, so we are done for today. That was the week 8 lap guide of the Falcon Tire Sports Car Challenge together with the Porsche 708 GT4 and Long Beach. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the Coach Dev Academy channel and join the Discord server if you have any questions about all the work we are making. And I see you next week for the week 9. See you next time. Bye bye.